Okay, Vancouver Whitecap fans, look away. It's not great reading this. It's not official just yet, but when Tom Bogut reports it, it's probably happening. Breaking news, Tom says, Middlesbrough is set to sign US men's national team midfielder Sebastian Berhalter from the Vancouver Whitecaps, per sources. Deal agreed, Berhalter off to Borough, fees around $2 million, rather than Berhalter leaving him for free in 5 months when his contract expires. So, once again, the Whitecaps, the beleaguered, brilliant Whitecaps, lose high-end talent mid-season for money, as opposed to keeping around for a few more months, compete for a championship, but make a profit. Yeah. I understand why fans don't like that. Does it lead to something more concerning? Raising funds is more important than championships at this point for the Whitecaps.
Yeah, I understand that sentiment, but you have to do what's right for the player. And this is a good opportunity for the player whose contract is running out. And in fairness to the Whitecaps, spectacular team, still my favorite to go on and win MLS Cup. Although, I mean, the way that LAFC and
yeah.
There's some competition there this time
that
around.
West is crazy right now.
But at the same time, you brought this player through, and he is ready to move on to a new challenge. When your future as a club is in doubt, which adds to the backdrop of this, I don't think you have any other choice to make other than to reluctantly let the player go. This is the business of football. This is nothing to do with aspirations or anything else. It's doing what's right for a very good player. And with Middlesbrough, they were knocking on the door to promotion last year. Hayden Hackney's moved on. A really good midfielder. He's gone to Everton. Gets to play with Aidan Morris there.
Archie Jones.
Alfie Jones.
Both of them.
Like, you cannot deny a player this opportunity. Now, like Axel Schuster and company have done, they replace, they replenish. They've done it really well over the last 2 years, and that's why they're at the top. So that's where all the attention will turn. But yeah, unfortunately, this is the business of football.
I played 8 years as a pro, and I tell you, it was the quickest thing ever. Quickest. I remember the debut. I remember when I moved. I remember my debut here in Canada. And 2 years later, and you're done. I'm sitting here with wheels. Shout out to my guy. I love you. But it was quick.
It's called moving on up.
You can't, like, step up from playing and go and be with my boy Wheels week in and week out. All jokes aside, he's 25, Berhalter. He's worked very hard in his career to perfect certain parts of his game.
At Vancouver.
At Vancouver. At 25, if Middlesbrough comes knocking for M's on there as well to go and play, who's turning that down? You can't fault the player as well. And for Vancouver Whitecaps, if he's going to go and he has ambition to go, and you know that when you see a player training, of course you want to go and win an MLS Cup. But if you see that player that wants to make the best of themselves and maybe go on and play in a different country and play at the highest form of football, you can't stop that. So you got to make the deal when you can, and that's right now at the summer window.
I mean, look who Vancouver have sold in recent years for a huge profit. I mean, some good players, including, of course, Ali Ahmed just last year to Norwich, $2.3 million. It's turned out well. Even Jaden Nelson, look at the profit on these moves. Pedro Vite, 2.5 they got him for. Expensive, right? $6 million.
Got Ali Ahmed for free. Let's talk about that.
Berhalter, no one saw this coming for $100,000. Brian White
at Columbus, he was loaned to Austin and did nothing.
Yes. Yeah.
And then gets moved to Vancouver. Boom.
I mean, the recruitment has been incredible. Like, Brian White's a poster boy of a guy that they ended up keeping onto. But I think that MLS and that standard is probably Brian White's ceiling. The way that Berhalter has emerged, like, I don't think anyone saw that coming. Like, no one saw that coming to the point where he's on the field playing important World Cup games and minutes for Mauricio Pochettino in the U.S. Like, he is ready for this next step. That's what's and he's a great dude too.
Yeah, very down to earth.
He's going to be missed. Yeah. Now it's about, like, how to replace him. Like, what an opportunity for Jeevan Badwal, because he's going to be thrust in. They're not like for like. They don't play the exact same way. But the young Canadian player, who I think is on the verge of knocking on the door of the national team.
He has to be. Yeah, I know people in Vancouver who thought he should have been in the squad this time.
I think he was close. I think he
was short.
If he wasn't,
close, yeah.
So that's going to be a bigger role for him. And I think they need to go to recruit. Like, someone that's ready to win now. Maybe it's an older player within MLS that understands the league. But I honestly...
Listen, they got Thomas Muller, who can lure players in pretty easily. Has he got some former teammates? Probably.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Gold is back.
Gold's back. That's enormous.
He just came back. Like, all of a sudden, they have a lot of depth and potentially other players that maybe they can move on to make some economics behind situations work. So I still think, honestly, it's not what the Whitecaps want to hear right now. I just think that they're in a great place.
Yeah.
Like, other than the ownership, that sort of situation on the field, the team is in a great place.
We haven't even mentioned the main man, and that's not Muller, but Jesper Sørensen as well, who I know from the time in Denmark playing against him as well, he has an eye for young talent, for keen players to go and play a certain system. And his system isn't, hey, I just want to get the most out of you, let's go run and press. He's making sure that you're clever, that you have a nice mind. I also think for the young players like Badwell, you got to watch Berhalter put in work. Yes, on the pitch on weekends, but day in and day out, which is so important. How he looked after his body, how he took up. Look, I've seen so many things about him, how he do like cold plunges and all these like these intangibles that get you the percentages. That's what you need to do, because look, people look at it and be like, oh, okay, a guy like Berhalter's making a move to Middlesbrough. You don't see that for 4, 5, 6 seasons. He's been devout, pushing, working. So I think that as well, for young players that are in that camp for Whitecaps, they know what it's like. Now they got to go and keep performing and keep training.
But we all agree that they need to make a move.
Well, I think
like Laraz can play. Like there's players,
else, right? Optically, they have to. I think because listen, if they don't reinvest that money, you know what the fans are going to think.
Yeah.
They're going to think, wow, man, are we really in trouble? Are we going to move the next year?
Aren't they thinking that anyways?
Probably.
But if they, I mean, listen, Thomas Muller came late last season, all that noise went away.
Yeah.
It disappeared. You bring another big signing right now, that noise will go away for a while.
It's not so much that, James. It's that this team is in position to win. Like you said it off the top. Like, yeah. I don't think any of us think that this is a team that doesn't have a chance. I think they have a real chance here to go on and win MLS Cup. And if you're one player away, maybe a little bit light in the midfield, then that's the area that, simply put, they need to recruit. So some of the defenders they brought in at the end of last year have now gone out. Like, that didn't really work out. But Veselinovic is back. Like, I just think that they're on the field, they're in a good place. So there's no replacing like for like, but I think that they'll need another body in the midfield.
I think the gold return to action is huge as well. We saw that goal he scored last week, how good he is. He is a dominant MLS player who has been around for pretty much for a year. So, you know, it's almost great timing for the Whitecaps. Yes, you lose Berhalter. In comes Ryan Gold, healthy again. Jivan Bobo gets more minutes and maybe sprinkle some money elsewhere.
Where are the minutes for Muller? Like, where does he play? Like, well, obviously he's going to play, but is that what Thomas Muller wants right now? Because Gold, like, how do you fit all of these pieces together?
Well, you know, Sørensen says he can.
Yeah.
He can find a way. I remember asking him that even last year. How do you fit these guys in? Don't worry, we will. But Gold's been hurt for so long, we don't know.
Yeah.
Right? But now Berhalter's out. Maybe it makes it easier. New formation? I don't know.
A lot of games upcoming, too. They're still in Can Champ, multiple competitions. So that's where you probably just find all those minutes.
What I do like about that situation, though, with Muller and Gold, both those guys are superstars. Obviously, one has been at World Cups and been scoring goals as well. But there doesn't seem to be ego with those two as well, right? So I feel like with that type of situation, Jesper Sørensen, that's just so down to earth, and the players as well, they could figure out, okay, how can we just coincide and work together to achieve something great in Vancouver.
Hey, listen, become Canada's team, because right now you look at the other two MLS franchises.
Yeah.
It's not looking great at the moment.
Nah.
Not playing great football at the moment. A lot of concerns around that. But that is not for today's show. We're out of time, boys. I enjoy this. We could have gone on for a lot longer.
Nice job, buddy.
Thank you. Thank you. I just brush off the old rust every now and again.